Listen to this clearly. This statement is a fantastic point. This is. Yeah? Allah is announcing in the Quran here. Allah says, it's me who does everything. I help people. I assist. I give rizq. I give wealth. I give food. I save you. I protect you. I do everything. More than me, there's nobody more than me to help, Allah says. More than me, Allah says, there's nobody better than me to protect. More than me, there's nobody better to save anybody. The whole world and the universe can stand on one side, but no one can compare and oppose my assistance, Allah says. Nobody can stand against that. We have yaqeen in this. Yes, due to the iman, the faith Allah has given to us. So Allah says in the Quran, يَتَبَتَّ الصَّالِحِينَ, Allah says. Allah says, my assistance, my help. It really comes genuinely. Those people who deserve my assistance and help, Allah says, who are they? Read the Quran. Who are those people? Allah says, the Salihin, those pious, upright, righteous people. Allah says. Who are those people? The pious, upright, righteous people. Allah says, I help those people. I protect that person. Yes, that generally I help everybody in the world. Without my help, Allah says, not even a leaf in the world can move an inch. Allah says, a tire cannot revolve one rotation. A person can't ride a bicycle. A fan cannot rotate. You cannot move your body. Allah says, that's a general assistance I give, whether anyone believes in me or not. It's my makhluk, my creation. I'll give them food, bread. Even to the dog I give everything. I fill the stomachs, I'll take them up, I'll take them down. Allah says, this is not the classification, or you could say this is the measure of my assistance help, that this is person's better or this person's less. If you want to think, then think about that person. That person who really my assistance arrives to, who I protect, Allah says, who I elevate, who I give honor to. Look at that person. Who are those real people? The genuine people, the pious, righteous people. The Salihin, Allah has defined them as. The Salihin. They are the real people, genuinely, who deserve it. Allah says, I listen to their demands, I listen to their fasting. Even if they make a fuss, Allah says, I like their words, I select their du'as, I listen to their sighs, and they're drawing the deep breath, and I protect their tears. Which people? Which people? I'll keep repeating what Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran. Who are those people? The Salihin, the righteous people, the upright people. The Salihin. The rest, Allah says, people in the world, I give them food, drink, up and down, they live their life. And I help those people generally as well. But Allah says, my real assistance comes to the Salihin. That's who I'm connected with. The pious, righteous people. And the Salih, even he doesn't realize the righteous person. He doesn't even know, but I'm helping him. Why? Because Allah says, I'm his Rabb. Inside him, all his desires and needs, I know better, Allah says. Even if he tells me or not, I listen and I know and I hear and I'm aware, Allah says, of my pious servant. He doesn't matter if he's not Salih, righteous, but he can raise his hand, scream, cry. Allah says, I don't listen to him. But the righteous, pious person, without him even asking me, Allah says, I fulfill his needs. Without even him getting influence, I listen to him direct, I assist that person, Allah says. I'm giving you a point here. Understand the statement. Don't think you are pious, but people should consider you as good. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, we think ourselves, I'm pious, I'm good. And people say, oh, he's a thief, he's a waster. But I say, I'm pious and I'm good. No, rather, people should consider you are good and upright. And you should say, no, I'm not good at all. I'm not good at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is the result, success. Don't give yourself a name. Don't write yourself al-qab, titles. And I know this, look at my name. I should be given this title after my name. If I don't have al-qab, I'll get upset, headaches. Why haven't you put titles, extra titles in front of my name? Why didn't you tell to people, I'm so great and I'm high and I've achieved when you invited me? Why didn't you put titles in front of my name, prefixes? And he thinks this. But the person who's good, really pious, when the people put titles in front of his name, then he's melting inside like water, he's sweating, he's ashamed to be recognized. What's being done with me here? Yes, that he can't speak because this is the connection between Allah and His servant, isn't it? He can't say anything. Say Subhanallah. So, a little bit different definition I've given you is of being pious and righteous. We look in the mirror, oh look at my face, I'm pious, I'm beautiful, I look religious, I'm a Wali Allah, my bed is good, I put so much oil on my bed and surma on my face, I look pious and righteous. My friends, this isn't how you become pious. Those people, if people externally consider him as good, he is the good person. Don't consider yourself that you are good. The point, the formula that I was prescribing to you, what is that? Look here, do one action. 2 actions definitely take place from every human being, whether he's dirty or pious, whether he's evil or good, whether he's sinful or upright. Doesn't matter. Even the most dirty, or you can say sinful of persons, even during the day, at least 1 or 2 good actions. Okay, even if he doesn't come to the masjid, doesn't pray salah, but even then something even equivalent to a particle atom, because you've got iman inside, even maybe some good word will come out of his mouth. Even if he doesn't do that, at least he will go to somebody and say, Assalamu alaikum. Even this is a good deed. Even this is a good deed. Even the most sinful of persons will at least give salam to someone. Do you know how great a deed it is to give salam? If I start giving the commentary of salam, then our dhikr will be left out. So, it's 9:30, isn't it, salam? So at least some good deed during the day a person does, isn't it? Good deed whilst he's walking, somebody else walking, or there's a twig in the way, or a branch, or this is coming in the way, you let him remove the obstacle. Remember this, that removing the branch from the pathway, or a twig, and there's another person always sat in the masjid. Yes, you cannot imagine the difference in their akhlaq. Allah Ta'ala says that person removes the branch, the twig, he'll go to the high rank of Jannah, and the other person will stay behind the one who's in the masjid. Remember this point in your mind. I am explaining this to you. This is the connection with Allah. They never say that he cannot go, I can go, he doesn't know anything, I know. Nobody knows who will go and get success. Allah's preference, that what Allah Ta'ala will get pleased with from an action of a person. Never be proud or envious of yourself. Never be haughty, I'm in the masjid, I do dhikr, I'm better, I wear the imam, I have the beard, I have libas, I have the attire. This is this, he doesn't know anything, this person, they are not aware. Never think this. Never think this. Remember this. You don't know that Allah Ta'ala will make him do an action and he will arrive to a high status and all of your deeds Allah will throw the water over them. They'll go to a waste. So in a day, at least a good action, a person like me, a sinful person, at least there's one good action, tries to during the day. At least one good thing you can try and do or do during the day. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? First point. So, of course we commit the sins go alongside with us, or do they not go alongside with us? They do, don't they? Yes, we're stuck in the sins, isn't it? We're stuck in the sins. So now 2 actions we need to do. Every man needs to do 2 actions. When you have any chance to do any good deed, from the smallest, minutest good deeds to the biggest of good deeds, any good deed that you do, then one action you need to become habitual, used to doing, which is a fantastic habit. What is that? That as soon as you do a good deed, immediately at that time be grateful to Allah in your heart. Immediately. Subhanallah. Yes, you have come to this gathering, the majlis, you are sat in this gathering. This majlis, do you know what is this gathering? Do you know about this gathering? The awareness that if a person, has anyone been slightly grateful in his heart when he came to the majlis? Be honest. Give a true answer. You have to assess yourself. Do a self-assessment. Whilst you were coming into this majlis, inside the tongue of your heart, were you saying, Allah, I'm grateful to you, your great blessings. How did you bring me to this gathering? Did anybody feel that, sigh that? Yes, from Manchester they're coming, from other places people come from, wherever people are coming, traveling from. They should be considering more gratefulness, Allah, you dragged me from so far and you brought me to this great gathering. Subhanallah. How did I arrive here? I want to pray salah. How did I say in the majlis? Why? Because if the veil was to be removed, then if you were to see the sight of this gathering, then you will realize what is the greatness of this gathering. Yes, sir, is this not a good deed written to our name? Is this not a good deed? Such great muttaqis, and they failed. They didn't have this thought or desire when they came. This is just a minor thing, I'm coming to this gathering. This is not a minor gathering. This is not normality. This is Allah's fadl, His grace, His fadl. May Allah not allow that person insan, that when he becomes dependent, used to something, or if he can't start walking anymore, he's got sickness, or he comes into difficult circumstances, then what's the punishment Allah gives? Then Allah gives him the desire then at that time. Then he's desperate. Oh Allah, I want you to go. Allah, is there anyone to take me? Oh, can you take me there? Dhikr is taking place. Then Allah instills that desire inside him. But there's no one to ask him at that time. But Allah says, when I gave you everything, health, vitality and strength, at that time you made a fuss, you criticized. Now you realize the greatness, the value of that gathering. You understand what I'm saying? So, this is a great majlis I'm speaking about with you now. So there's another point I'd like to explain to you. Put the words aside. My brothers, when you come to this majlis gathering, then definitely do one action when you come. Especially those people who Allah Ta'ala has given a great fadl, that they are bathing in the fadl, morning and evening, physically they sat with the shaykh and they do dhikr. Yes, this is especially for them. Yes, you don't do this, do you? This action, that's why I'm telling you, do one action definitely. Whenever Allah gives you the tawfiq, ability to attend the gathering of this majlis of dhikr, then definitely do this action first and foremost, inside your heart. Oh Allah, Allah, such a great blessing of yours that you have, Allah, given me the ability to go to such a place where all my sins will be eliminated. Allah, I'm grateful to you. Allah, I'm grateful to you. You have to say this. Then you come like this, and then you say, Allah, you are so great, I'm so grateful to you, Allah, that so much reward that I cannot imagine ever. The angels will get tired writing the reward, and you've sent me to that gathering. Do you understand now what this is? Yes, my friends. Allah, you are so great, you are so gracious, and your great favors and treasures to me, that despite I've got all these sins, you send me to this gathering, that as soon as I leave that gathering, you have announced that I'm forgiven, that those people who attended the gathering are forgiven. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't understand what I'm saying? So this is how you should come and attend this majlis of dhikr. Your condition will transform whilst you're doing dhikr. You'll get the taste and enjoyment from the majlis. That enjoyment you will attain when you sit in the majlis. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes that soon as the individual makes the intention for an action, then Allah ta'ala lets him arrive to the reality of the action he's about to do. The essence. This is the Quran, it says this, doesn't it? Allah ta'ala said that this is the Quran. He said that, Allah, I'm reading this Quran, such a great Sahabi radiyallahu anhu. He said, Allah, you have given me the ability to read this Quran. I'm reading this, such a great kitab. I'm speaking to you. I'm reading it. What's happening? He's grateful inside to Allah and he's crying. And there Allah replies, mashallah, the beautiful effect of the Quran came there in front of him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So sit down when you arrive to the majlis, whenever you arrive to the majlis, 3 things you need to be very careful of and think about, that this is happening with me right now. I'm in this gathering. Allah's great treasure, He's brought me here. And ask those who cannot come and sit in this gathering. Ask those who cannot attend this gathering. Ask those who have lost out, who have done a U-turn. Allah, you're great karam that these 3 things I'm getting when I come to this majlis. Then see the enjoyment you will achieve whilst you're sitting in dhikr. Then you should say, Allah, these kalimat, these statements, these treasures, these verses that I'm going to read, these du'as, what a great rewards of these kalimat. Each and every kalimat, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, start to talk about that now, the whole day will pass, and I will not finish the commentary. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minadh dhalimin. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Subhanallahi wa bihamdi subhanallahi al-azim. Imagine this kalima, tell me, this kalima, about which when you read this, all the gap between the heavens and the earth is filled. Then do you know the value of this kalima? The value, the price tag of this kalima? Do you know what is the value? Kalimatani habibatan, Allah says. Amazing, these are those kalimat that Allah, Rabb, He holds them dear and beloved to Himself. And you are sat enjoying and reciting, but because you are not grateful on these kalimas, on this feeling, that's why the emotion is not coming into you. That's why the great emotions don't come into you. If you're grateful and you sit, such great kalimas, Allah, you've given me such a great reward, these are such great wazifas, you've given to me lessons that no work of mine in the dunya can cease. You have allowed me to state them from my tongue. Oh Allah, such a great ni'mah you've given to me. Allah, you're thinking, pondering, reflecting inside, and you're mulling over this, and nafs and shaitan, all the negative and evil temptations are being destroyed, and Allah's noor is coming into you. This is the way how to enter into the majlis, this blessed gathering. Subhanallah. What have you done? Nothing at all, but you have just been grateful to your Rabb, to your Lord. Yes, such a great action, this gathering. Is this a minor thing? Tell me, think for yourself, that the majlis has now started. And we'll recite all of this, won't we now? We'll recite this. But you have to think like this now. Think that once Once, if you recite Durood Sharif, the thawab, how much reward is there for reciting Durood Sharif? Just once. Once. Think. Right now, we will say, and we don't even think about it twice, how Allah Ta'ala on your Habib Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam send rahmah, salamat and mercy. This is what we're saying, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadin. We're saying this, we're asking Allah immediately after we recite this kalama durood. Allah says, go angels and send 10 rahmahs mercy on this servant of mine who's recited the durood, and eliminate 10 of his sins. And give him 10 extra high ranks in paradise, and write 10 good deeds to his record books. Just by saying durood once, and we'll say thousands of times. Thousands. But why don't we have the positive impact? Because we haven't been grateful for this action Allah has given to us. We haven't been grateful for this action Allah has given to us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so how will we get the result? Yes, so we must reflect on this. So this is the majlis I just spoke to you about. Adab, the manners of how to sit and attend this gathering. Majlis. So now, I was saying before, that if we want to become pious, righteous, wali Allah, friend of Allah, high grade, Gawth and Qutb, even despite we're immersed in many thousands of sins, if you look at the great lives of the walis of Allah, they came out of bars and pubs and places of alcohol and places where there were women being bought and sold. And Hazrat Rabia Basri, she used to be in places of music and dancing. And what was her hal when she came from there? What was her condition? Subhanallah. By mistake, she said, just by chance I passed by Hazrat Hassan Basri's gathering, I saw the Sheikh, and there I became Rabia Basri. Subhanallah. This is a great important point here, that until unless you don't have a connection with the Wali Allah, then your heart cannot improve. Remember this point I'm telling you. Remember this point I'm telling you this. Remember. Until and unless, before death, definitely do this action, implement this action. As a Rabia Basri, could not be in Rabia Basri. She said this herself. If Hassan Basri, if she did not pass by him talking, soon as she passed by his gathering, majlis, the same Rabia Basri, music and dancing before that, then her Malik went into her room once and saw the whole room was full of nur and light, because she was the servant at that time. Full of light, she stood, and mashallah, she stood 1,000 mashallah times she would recite over. 1,000 times over. Say subhanallah. So this, when you have the glance of the Wali Allah, then it improves that person, transforms that person. So my brothers, these maqams, ranks, they come after all the sins are removed. You're not born as a wali Allah. What do? We can also become like this. We need to do one action. That whenever any good deed you practice, and you will do a good deed, at least you'll give salam alaikum to somebody, at least you'll speak a good word to somebody. That's a good deed as well. Some good words will come out of your mouth. This is a good deed. Immediately at that time, be grateful to Allah. Oh Allah, I'm so grateful. You allowed me to say or do a good thing from my tongue or my body. Remember these points and principles I'm telling you. Any good deed, don't consider it a minor, because the good deed is such, increases, becomes bigger and higher than a mountain. Stronger. Impact. If you want to extend the strength of that deed, Allah says, that Allah says, even if you are grateful on a minor good deed, then Allah says, I'll expand it, make it vast. That's my responsibility. Allah says, you'll be drowning in the sins, you are grateful. It's my job to make you a wali Allah, Allah says. My job to make you wali Allah. Subhanallah. So at least do this, demonstrate this physically. Every minor good deed, so-called good deed, even the good big deeds, if you do a major good deed, you will get that as well. That so much will extend and improve on every way you think about it, your darajat will increase. For example, if you're a good deed today, you're grateful. Subhanallah, tomorrow, if you, for example, today moved a branch from the way, tomorrow you'll make a bridge. That if you do service to the makhluk, they'll be happy for you. And when did you get the maqam? That you just moved the twig, the branch from the pavement, and you are grateful to Allah give you the chance to do that. If you like what I'm saying? Do you like what I'm saying? Yeah, these are just broken down words and principles. I've got nothing else to share. Just broken down words and principles. Yes, so I just talk about practice and amal here. That you should be those who practice then. Will you practice on these principles? Inshallah. So make it a habit, because shaitan will attract you. Oh, your nafs will attract you. They will invite you. Straight away you leave here, they'll run after you. Oh, you saying you're grateful to Allah. He says, I'll make you grateful. No worries. And he doesn't delay. So he's forgotten me. But Shaitan says, you stupid, you think I'm not going to come back to you? Then that servant says, Allah, he's attracted me, invited me. Allah, I shunned Shaitan. You should give me reward for that, because I was grateful to you calling me. But subhanallah. Try and go close to Allah. Inshallah, next year, maybe we'll meet again. Or maybe every month we'll meet again. Every month. Yes, I like the people of Bradford. I like the people of Bradford. I've taken a liking to them. They look good to me and they listen to me nicely. So I'll come inshallah regularly. Every month I'll come to you inshallah. Do dua, Allah gives me good health, then I will arrive here. If you receive me, then I'll come. Will you come listening to me? Will you come to listen? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Inshallah. Now I will come to you. I will come to you. Yes? So I have to be grateful and you have to give me the chance to be grateful as well. Okay? Right? So one action I've told you to do. So on every good deed, what you need to do? Be grateful. So obviously we do sins. We commit sins. So take the other point now. Yes, we do more sins, isn't it? More negative. So here's another beautiful formula. That whenever you're grateful on a good deed, then do another action at the same time. That whenever you commit any sin, big sin, small sin, big sin, even if a very minor sin, whatever sin, then you need to do one action. Immediately at that time you say, Allah forgive me. Allah forgive me. You can say in Arabic, Astaghfirullah, Urdu, Punjabi, English, any language. Immediately at that time in your heart you have to say, whether in the masjid, outside, shop, car, taxi, pavement, you saw a woman, oh Allah forgive me. You're driving a taxi, Allah forgive me. Straight away the sin is removed, is cleaned, and your darajah is increased. Remember one thing what I'm saying to you. The more Allah Ta'ala is close, yes, the after when you commit a sin and you do tawbah, the amount Allah Ta'ala draws near to you,